Hey, welcome back. This is J Ring Sakabe, and today we're in Book 2 of Adventures in Japanese, Unit 3, Lesson 4, and today we're learning all about the grammar that's taught in this lesson. Let's dive straight into it. We're over here in the book. So, here we go. Use of ni and o and kara. Yes, these can be quite difficult because we are using them in the context of going places, writing things, leaving things, getting off of things like a train. And so if you missed out the vocab lesson, definitely go back and watch that because like a lot of what I'm going to talk about in this video is related to that. And yeah, let's go ahead and read this right here. We have use ni after place words with verbs norimasu, hairimasu, and tsukimasu. This may be equated to using ni after place words, destinations, with the directional verbs ikimasu, kimasu, and kaerimasu. Do not use the particle e with norimasu, hairimasu, or tsukimasu. Okay, yeah, great. Yeah, no, this is interesting because when you're talking about writing things or going into something or arriving to somewhere, you're going to use ni every single time to mark the thing that you're writing or going inside of or arriving at. So this often helps or learning this, like it's easier when you see some examples. So let's do that. We have this first one here. All right. This is 早く車に乗ってください. Zoom in a little bit more. Okay, right here. 早く車に乗ってください. Please get in the car quickly. Like, I don't really speak English like that. I'd probably say, hurry up and get in the car. And that would be, 早く車に乗ってください. Good. Now, we have, please enter the room. 部屋に入ってください. Again, please enter the room is, 部屋に入ってください. Then we have, I arrived at school at 8 o'clock. 8時に学校に着きました. I arrived to school at 8 o'clock. 8時に学校に着きました. So as you can see in all three of these situations, kuruma is marked with ni because we're using the verb noru. So sometimes people want to say, kuruma o notte kudasai. Don't say kuruma o notte kudasai. Whenever using the verb noru, mark the thing that you are writing with the particle ni. That includes bicycles too. So if you wanted to say, I rode the bicycle, it would be jitensha ni norimashita. Now, when you take a bath in Japanese, you literally say, enter the bath. And that's ofuro ni hairu. So, and just like this sentence here, number 2, and the one that I just said about taking a bath, the thing you go inside of is always marked with ni. So if you want to say, I will go into the building, building is tatemono. And if you use the verb hairu altogether, it's going to sound like this. 私は建物に, I use the ni there, right? Then, 入りました. Number 3. Number 3. We have school marked with the particle ni because we're using the verb 着きました. And so if I wanted to say like, I arrived home at 6 o'clock, that would be 6時に家に着きました. All right, so with the verbs orimasu and demasu, o or kara is used after the place of departure. When kara is used, there is an emphasis on departing from the place/vehicle with a definite destination. When o is used, the statement simply describes leaving or disembarking. And so, really simply put, when you're leaving or going out of something, use o like we talked about in the vocab video, right? When you're going out, use O. 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 Associated with O, right? Kara is acceptable. Like, it's not like the best option. Go with the O. So let's say, get off the bicycle. 自転車を降ります。Leave the apartment. アパートを出ます。Let's say to get off of the ferry. Maybe you're like me and you live in the Pacific Northwest and you have to take boats sometimes to go to places. You could say フェリーを降ります or to get off of the ferry. The word for ferry in Japanese is feri. Okay, so number 4, we have some additional examples. We have I got off the bus in front of the school. This is 学校の前でバスを降りました。Then we have I got off from the bus and went to the library. バスから降りて図書館へ行きました。6, I left my home at 7 o'clock. 7時に家を出ました。And finally, I did not leave from my home on Sunday. Idiots. Just kidding, doesn't say that. 日曜日に家から出ませんでした。Baka. Don't say baka to your teacher. Okay, cool. So the first exercise that's going to be in the grammar assignment is this one, where you're going to need to choose the correct particle to go inside the parentheses. And here it has like a little slash dividing the parentheses if you can use more than one. And if you're doing this online with me, you can put either or. I won't make you put both when you submit your answer, okay? So next, we're talking about double particles. So particles such as mo, which means also, or to, or as well, and dake belong to a special category of particles that either replace or attach to other particles. These particles replace the particles o, ga, or wa. Okay, before I read all of this, I kind of want to, stop there and show you what that is like. Let's open up the course and a Google Doc where we can write down and show you exactly what is going on. So here we are. We have our doc open. So, like I said, mo and dake belong to a special category of particles that either replace or attach to other particles. These particles replace the particles o, ga, or wa. That's kind of small. I'm on it. We'll make it bigger. There we go. Okay. And now, so let's say you have a sentence that, haha wa for mom went to the supermarket. Su wa ni ikimashita. Now, if you want to say dad went to the supermarket as well or also, well, first we'll have to say chichi for dad. And now we can replace wa with mo because it's one of these 3 particles that get replaced, okay? Let's look at one more example. We'll use o and ga. I'm going to make this work. Check this out. 僕は寿司を食べるのが好きです。I like to eat sushi. Okay, there we go. And it's true that you can use this kanji for sushi. Like, I like the hiragana more. 僕は寿司を食べるのが好きです。So now let's say パンも好きで食べるのも大好きです。 It's a little strange, but it means I like to eat sushi. I also like bread, and I love eating it. So here we have, I also like bread, and notice how bread used to be marked with a ga. Oh, I didn't do it. I realized I didn't do it. I only replaced a bunch of gas. I have failed you all. I was trying so hard to replace an O and a ga, but I only ended up doing gas. So anyways, it basically works like that. Like, we'll say this. Pan mo suki desu. We've simplified. So, previously we saw that you can mark the thing that you like with ga, and then, yep, you can mark another thing that you like as well using mo, and that replaces ga. Okay. So now, that's not the whole point of today's lesson. That's kind of like context, because today we want to see how like things like mo and dake, technically wa as well, can attach to other particles such as ni, e, de, kara made, etc. Let's check out the example sentences. Okay, so here we have oh, it's not really showing on the whole screen. We'll go back over to the other board then. Okay, so here it is. Number 1, I went to a movie on Saturday. I went to a movie on Sunday too. 土曜日に映画に行きました。日曜日にも映画に行きました。And there we had it. Ni marks a time when something happens. And so we had it here with 土曜日 to say I went on Saturday. And, we have it here to say I went on Sunday. And guess what? Mo does not entirely replace ni. Okay? It attaches to it and works together to mean on Sunday too. And so ni is like saying on. Mo is like saying to. And of course, nichiyobi is Sunday. So, 日曜日にも on Sunday too. Now, then we have number 2. I did my homework at school. I did it at home as well. And here we marked uchi with de and added mo to it because we're saying at home also. In this situation, at's like saying de. Home is uchi, also is mo. You might be wondering, like, I thought ie was how you say house or home, right? Also true. Like, you can say ie for house. And uchi is more like home. So I like to think ie, house, uchi, home. And a lot of times those are the same thing. But in some situations, they're not. But that's a discussion for another time. Let's check out this next one. I want to go to both Tokyo and Kyoto. Tokyo へも Kyoto へも行きたいです。And of course, you can say にも in this situation too. Tokyo にも Kyoto にも行きたいです。Yeah, can't wait for the lockdown and coronavirus to be a thing of the past and we can all visit Tokyo and Kyoto again, right? Then we have number 4. I speak Japanese only in Japanese class. That would be 日本語をクラスでだけ日本語を話します。So, in general, when the particle mo appears after a noun or a noun and a particle in a sentence, it follows a related sentence or presupposed sentence in which a similar noun has been named. So, we'll check out the examples below. And keep in mind that it is important that mo follows the correct noun or noun plus existing particle, like ni. Here we go. My dad went to Japan. 父は日本へ行きました. My mom also went to Japan. 母も日本へ行きました. Last month, my dad went to Kyoto. 父は先月、京都へ行きました. My dad went to Osaka too. 父は大阪へも行きました。Alright. Now, the last exercise from the book that we're gonna also have you do is this. Write the correct particle in the parentheses. One particle per parentheses. Each sentence means both something and something. So we'll do this first one together, alright? What we have here is 私は今日お金 blank 鍵 blank 忘れました The vocab. Make sense? Recognize all the words in there? 私は is obviously I. 今日 is today. お金 is money. 鍵 is keys. Like house and car keys. That kind of key. And then 忘れました forgot. Past tense to forget. So it's obvious that they want you to say I forgot my money and as well as my keys today. Or, you know, we can translate it like how they want us to with both and think I forgot both my money and keys today. Now, the funny thing is there's not only one correct way of doing this. You could put mo in both of these and say okane mo kagi mo wasuremashita. And that's okay. You could say 私は今日お金と鍵を忘れました。And you know, those two would probably actually be like the most common ones you'd encounter. So just keep in mind that like if you're taking this class with me, I will make it so no matter what you write, as long as it's correct, you will be given credit and you won't lose points. But keep in mind, you know, that like a lot of times in Japanese, things you might be presented with one way of doing something, but that's not the only way to do it. And some things that you might have been that you might have been taught in the past, and some things that you likely, you know, will learn in the future, could also be used in the same situation to express a similar thought or a thought that gets the same task done. And that's fine. The point of me telling you this right now is so that way you can mentally prepare for when that day comes, and not feel too annoyed by the fact that Japanese is like English, and sometimes we have 5 different ways of saying the same thing. Like, put on a hat, wear a hat, throw that hat on. You know what I mean? Anyways, I've had a lot of fun teaching you guys today. Good luck with the rest of your studies. Next time is, you know, all about transportation to school. We have the culture note. That one, though, if you're in my class, you're going to do on paper, online. Look for it. I had a lot of fun teaching you today, and I will see you next time. それじゃ、またね